Good morning. Yeah, happy, what's today, Wednesday? Happy snow day to everybody. Is 6 inches enough to make a snowman? Yeah, we got about 6 inches at my house. And it doesn't look like it's going anywhere till probably Friday. It's not supposed to get above freezing till then. Problem is now there's ice on the roads. I can handle the snow, but not the ice. Well, the off-season's officially here. Congratulations to Ohio State on your big victory that we all knew you'd have. Shout out to Notre Dame, too, for not giving up. Looks like they were getting blown out there, and they made it the game at the end. But at the end, Ohio State just has too much talent. Yeah. Yeah, school's out. Well, school's out for my kids today because of the snow. I don't know, maybe tomorrow too. It's nothing for you in Nebraska, Nate. 6 inches of snow here is a lot. Last time we had this much snow was 2018. And before that, it was like 20 years. There might be enough salty tears in South Bend, not in South Carolina, though. A shovel? Man, stop it. You think I'm about to shovel something? You're out of your mind. And no, I don't have a snow shovel. Why would I? I live in Charleston. Although my neighbor does have one. I saw her out there shoveling her driveway this morning. I guess I could borrow hers. Or I can just wait till Friday and let it melt on its own. Use your backhoe. Bring your backhoe over here. Get the snow off my driveway. Well, the season's over, and so is the Joe Biden presidency officially. I'm glad that whole election, everything's done. I'm glad all that shit's over with. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, the next 3 or 4 years is going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah. But it is officially off-season in football, so we have a lot of delusional takes over the next 8 months. Right now, everybody's out recruiting. I know Dabo Sweeney and company are on a 2-week hiatus, flying around recruiting, as I'm sure all coaches are doing right now. Win total for Georgia's 7.5. Really? I'll take the over on that. All right. Let's get this thing started. Happy snow day to everybody. Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, not bad. Real busy. How you doing?
I'm all right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you finally get a furlough from whatever gulag you were stuck in?
Yeah, something like that. No, I've been really busy with this. You heard about this red note thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
I mean, obviously I'm on it, and I've been on it for a while, and I woke up last Tuesday morning and realized that there's 500,000 Americans on it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they shut down TikTok for like 24 hours.
Well,
Yeah,
was it even a full 24 hours?
No, it wasn't even a full day.
No, it wasn't. But you've got almost 1 million Americans have signed up for Red Note at this point.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are saying, because it's not Chinese TikTok. It's like Chinese Pinterest, sort of kind of Instagram, mostly Pinterest, right? And so the content is higher quality than what you're going to find on TikTok. So people like it. It's cool.
Well, I mean, Pinterest is higher quality than what you're going to find on TikTok too.
I mean,
on this app, it's a lot of high quality content. It's a lot of like tutorials and information, travel guides.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe anything that's on TikTok as high quality. Anyway,
Right, yeah.
It's kind of the point.
It's just really.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of asses on there that were pretty high quality. But
well, yeah,
that's about as far as it goes.
Well, you got that on Red Note too, for sure. And but no, it's just cool to see like average, everyday Americans talking to average everyday Chinese by the hundreds of thousands. It's pretty interesting to see.
Scott, I see you in the back, but I can't click on you because it says your device is not connected. So
I mean, we'll see how long that lasts. I mean, as soon as they stop, as soon as all these Americans start unbrainwashing a lot of Chinese citizens, that may go by the way of the dodo.
Nope, that's not what it is, because the people that are coming over there aren't coming over there to do that. That's not the point.
It's not the point, but inevitably it all ends up there.
Well, yeah, but they'll get kicked off.
We'll see.
Well, they get kicked off immediately. You don't see it because they just they kick you off if you do that. So.
Do they shut down Chinese TikTok at a certain hour or something, or is that
no? Hell no.
Oh, I thought maybe it's for kids.
No, kids, not for social media. For some gaming sites, like if you're registered as a kid, then they limit the amount of like it's like an hour or 2 hours a day or something. If you're like under 16 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like, I don't know. But I guess if your parents don't care, they'll just let you use their. I don't know.
So when is Trump coming to China to visit his buddy, Xi Jinping?
No idea. No idea.
Dude, Twitter's been great ever since Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really on Twitter like that.
Yeah. It's been interesting to say the least. Well, we knew that was going to happen. I mean,
not interested in Twitter. It's a shithole.
Yeah, well, so is all social media. I mean,
I don't know about that.
The thing that I found the strangest is a bunch of people were mad at Marcus Freeman because he wasn't wanting to talk about Martin Luther King Day. He was talking about the game, which is what I thought he was supposed to do.
It was the national championship game, kind of, he should probably be focused on that, you'd think.
I mean, I would tend to agree, but like I said, a bunch of people were getting mad at him for not talking about Martin Luther King.
Okay.
I wonder what the ratings were for that game. Does anybody know?
I'm sure they were good. I mean, these are the two biggest fan bases in the country, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I just heard a lot of people complaining about how there was no buzz behind the game. I was like, well, I mean.
No, there wasn't?
I thought there was. I don't know. I mean, it was overshadowed by the inauguration was the same day. So, a lot of attention went to that as far as the media goes, but I don't know.
It did.
Who the fuck is watching that?
Well, I'm sure. I bet more people watched that than watched the game.
Sure, but that's people who aren't football fans.
And then that's true, by the way, about pretty much every inauguration.
Yeah, I'm not watching any inauguration. What the fuck? I've never watched an inauguration in my life. Why the fuck would? Like, what? Okay, I don't understand why anybody would watch that. But all right.
Well, you didn't want to watch the Village People perform?
No, I missed Elon Musk's fucking Sig Heil as well. Huh?
Yeah, well, I guess they can get just as mad for Hillary doing the same thing a few years ago.
Yeah, well, the video looks quite a lot different, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they got Hillary on video doing the exact same thing, so fucking whatever, man. That was so fucking stupid.
It was stupid of him to do that, yes.
No, it wasn't. It's stupid of people to take it.
It wasn't stupid of him to do that? You think that was a good move?
Yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, even if it's not what he meant.
Couldn't have done that. That was dumb.
Yeah. But whatever.
Yeah. How dare Tibetans still use the swastika? Do they know what that means now? Like, just because somebody, I mean, fucking Dahmer had a cat. Should people not like cats now?
Yeah. Is that how we're rationalizing it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's dumb to associate it strictly with a bad person.
That's what it is.
Well, do you think that Elon Musk is a Nazi?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, no, he's not. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Done that.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, how dare Belushi insinuate these things about a vulnerable minority? He's an African American.
Yeah. I used to have a buddy out here. Holy shit. He was from Boston, but he was born in South Africa, a white guy. And then when he applied to college, he ticked African American on the boxes and then showed up to like the interviews and they were like, what the fuck?
Did you get any snow where you are, Slim?
No, we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I guess it was just the lower part of this. It went under Tennessee.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Florida
it
got it.
Been above freezing here for like a week.
New Orleans got like 6 or 8 inches, I think.
That's what we got a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I posted some videos of the kids playing out in it. That lasted for about 20 minutes, and they were all, I'm cold.
Yeah, that's what happened. Repeat woke us up at the butt crack of dawn and wanting to go outside and build a snowman. He was out there for 10 minutes and just came back inside. He's like, it's too cold.
Yeah. You got snow in Charleston.
Huh?
You got snow in Charleston.
Yeah, we got 6 inches.
It snowed in Florida.
No.
Yeah, it snowed in Florida.
Inches. I heard that. Yeah, I saw it. My dad lives in Jacksonville, right? I was there last month, and yeah, it was like 22 degrees there one night or some crazy shit.
Yeah, the entire Southeast got a good bit of it.
What happened to global warming? I thought everything was getting hot. What happened?
Well, it fucks up the entire climate and the ecosystem, the Gulf Streams and all this shit. So, well, it's not just like.
I mean, it's been happening over. It's not the first time in 1,000 years that we've got snow in South Carolina.
No, for sure not.
Dude, I remember it snowed in Florida. This would have been 96, I think.
Wasn't 96 the year they had the fires too? The first, like, really, the wave of really bad fires?
In Florida?
Yeah, like when, it was really bad fires in the late 90s.
Yeah, New Orleans guy. Yeah, I saw a picture of Death Valley in Baton Rouge covered in snow. Yeah. Yeah, they say it's like a 100-year storm or whatever. I don't know. We got snow like this back in 2018 here, about 6 inches. But before that, it had probably been over 20 years since we had anything like that. Normally, it's just like enough to dust the ground a little bit. But everything here shuts down. We don't have salt trucks or sand trucks, or nobody has snow shovels
or drive in it or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's ice on the roads.
See, that's the problem with being that far south is, like, up north, of course, you're going to deal with the snow, but the shit doesn't melt and then refreeze and blanket everything in fucking ice.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah. That's when it gets really fucked. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be tonight, because it's not supposed to get above freezing here today. And then with people trying to drive, it'll probably melt the snow a little bit, and then it'll refreeze tonight.
Ugh.
Tomorrow
Actually, your roads will probably be clear. Like, it doesn't have to get above freezing for it to start to melt on the roads or on your house.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the sun's out, the roads are going to heat up.
Yeah. Hopefully you're right, because I gotta drive somewhere. I don't want to, but I have to. Oh.
No, you got ice. I wouldn't suggest it, because the only thing that's going to get you where you're going is luck, and you ain't got a whole lot of that.
That's true. Point well taken. Yeah, that's true. Volusia, did you watch the national championship game in China?
I did.
Yeah.
Up early watching it. Yep.
Yeah.
I watched it with mostly Ohio State fans because the guy who runs the big sports bar out here is he's a Wake Forest graduate, but he's an Ohio State fan. And a bunch of Ohio State fans, a few Michigan fans, and me rooting against Ohio State. So,
yeah.
But at least the game was good. For a while there, like it was going to get out of hand. At least Notre Dame didn't give up. They fought back. So it was an interesting watch anyway. Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with that field goal attempt that they had when they were down 16 points.
Well, actually, I do, because, I mean, if they had scored on their next drive, that would have gave them the lead.
Right. Yeah. Well, they could have just gone for it and tried to score the touchdown. And if you score the touchdown, then you're basically tied at that point when you add in the next touchdown that they got.
Yeah.
And you got to take some risks. You're clearly out talented. You were down 24 points. You got to take a few risks.
Yeah, you're down 2 scores. You're still down 2 scores even if you get the field goal.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They got their ass kicked pretty much. I mean,
obviously, he fucking clanged it off the upright, so that makes it look even dumber. But I didn't like the call even before that.
I mean, Ohio State completely shut down their run game, and that's all they really have. So.
Yeah.
And they have one good receiver, it seems. So.
Well, I bet the over and hit that. It was 46. It was, what was the final score? Like 56, something like that.
It was, what was it? 57.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like, I think 57.
Oh, we lost Slim. What's up, Ballard?
Not much, man. Pretty interesting game there on Monday night. I mean, I really was hoping both teams could have lost, but at the same time,
that would have been
congrats to Ohio State, I guess.
That was my preseason pick to win it all, and they did.
Yeah.
Yep. They scored on all but 2 drives. They had a fumble drive and they had a punt. Other than that, it was field goals and touchdowns for them.
But half the fan base thinks it doesn't count because they lost to Michigan, so that makes it funnier.
Yeah.
Well, the funniest one I saw, and Pete pointed this out, and I think I reposted on Twitter because it was so dumb I just had to. I'm assuming it was an Oregon fan. It may just be a troll account of somebody wanting to say something stupid. But I know Pete saw it too. He said something along the lines of Oregon shouldn't be out because they should get another chance because they're 1-1 against Ohio State.
Yeah, that guy on Twitter. Yeah, he said best out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this guy wants them to play 26 games a year.
Yeah, but
I mean, how many games did Ohio State play? 12 in the regular season. They didn't play the conference championship game.
Well, they played 16 because they got the first round in the CFP.
So they were 14-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Notre Dame, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were the first ones to win the 14 playoff, and they're the first ones to win the 12-team playoff.
Yep. And so now they won't win it again until they expand.
Yeah, if you believe in numerology, it'll be another 11 years before they win again.
Yeah.
God willing.
So what did y'all, Pete, what did you and Lou end up betting on this game as far as the point spread? Because
I bet the over. I bet $200 on the over, and it hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It works.
Oh, I also won a $25 first half bet. I think I bet the over in the first half, too. And that hit.
And I think Ohio State covered the spread.
They did, yeah. Yeah.
I saw 8.5. I saw 9. Yeah, well, I saw 8.5 and 9. So, I mean, either one of those.
They barely covered because it was 9, and that field goal at the very end put them over the spread. I think they won by 11.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it was, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people with buttholes clenched on that last field goal with like 5 seconds left.
Outside of the score too, it really was a interesting game. I mean, I know they went up 21-7 at the half, but then Notre Dame kind of got their defense together a little bit and then found ways to make good drives, and then obviously
I think all things considered, Notre Dame played pretty well, but it was clear from the jump that how much more talent Ohio State has. I mean, it was a mismatch.
Yeah. But we knew that going into the game.
Yeah, we knew that.
Like, we knew what they were doing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you based off that first drive, I mean, it was hard fought like a lot of their drives, but that opening drive, Notre Dame just marched right down the field.
Yeah, they did. It's hard to sustain that kind of football for 4 quarters, though, especially whenever Ohio State can move it down the field quick on offense. They just got too many weapons on that offense.
And they're not losing a lot of them, are they?
No, they're not. I think they're losing Egbuka.
Yep.
But they're not losing Smith, or what's the other guy?
Well, I don't know. There's a bunch of Miami fans on the internet think they're losing Smith.
Well, he's transferring or something?
I guess that's their line.
Yeah, I don't know why he would. They got Will Howard coming back too, right?
I mean, run game, they might lose both Judkins.
Yeah, they're losing both of their running backs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. They'll be good again next year.
I don't know. If I'm Ryan Day, though, like if there was any talk from above him like there was in the fan base, I would go in there and demand double my pay.
Double? You know, pay this guy $20 million a year?
I mean, they were ready to run this guy out of town on the first thing smoking 4 weeks ago.
Well, the fans were.
That's why I said if there was any like-minded thinking amongst people above him, which I'm not entirely certain that there was.
It's funny. If there was a 4-team playoff, they wouldn't have even made the playoffs.
They wouldn't have.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
But they were better than an 8 seed. That's what they ended up at.
I don't know. I was told that losing to Michigan is grounds for firing at Ohio State.
I think winning a national championship makes it all better.
But you also got to look at it. I mean, they won every game.
What the fuck do they want?
Every playoff
was pretty close.
Yeah, but they still pulled away and ended up winning by 14.
Yeah, they were the best team. I mean, I don't know what else to say. In the playoffs, anyway.
What I find funny now is the narrative has shifted to, well, everybody's got to spend $20 million a year Ole Miss spent like 23.
Texas and Oregon spent a ton also.
Yeah, Texas spent like 22.
Yeah.
Oregon was, like you said, was right up there.
Wow. Volusia, I haven't talked to you. Say, what do you think about the defensive coordinator hire, Tom Allen?
I was going to ask you about that. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds fine. I mean, I don't know. Penn State had a real good defense this year. They stopped the run really well, which was our fucking problem. So yeah, I don't know. I feel great about it. You know, no more internal hires. Go out and get a proven name with some chops and
that guy's an actual coach too. I mean, he'll take control of the defense. Dabo won't have to worry and be meddling in the defense like he was this year.
That's right. I saw some Penn State fans say, "Oh, I can't believe he'd leave Penn State to go to Clemson. That's a step down. Clemson's not a." I was like,
"Oh, they're crazy."
We have 2 national titles in the last 8 years.
Dude.
Penn State's won nothing since the fucking 80s. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think it's crazy to say it's a lateral move. I mean, moving from D coordinator to D coordinator,
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's crazy to say it's a lateral move. I don't think it's a lateral move, but yeah, I mean, Clemson's a better program than Penn State. I don't think that's really debatable at this point. Penn State's gonna have to.
They're going off of the Penn State's a bigger brand, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean. Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of big brands that don't win shit.
Yeah, Southern Cal, how they doing?
Yeah. So, A&M, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Damn, big damn.
Man, you know, let it never be said that I can't change, because by God, I've found I can't even really muster what's needed to really make fun of Florida State. Like, they're just so bad, and I almost feel bad about making fun of Florida State.
Well, yeah, I got pretty sad this year. But they're one of those teams, you know, it's a new team every year, literally, because they got 18,000 transfers. So,
yeah,
you know, next year they might be a 10-win team again. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll
I wouldn't bet on
this
it.
off season, though, because you got to think last off season. I mean, we can joke about them not practicing, but they really spent a lot of time crying on the internet about being in the ACC and not.
Yeah, what is this with them not having a spring game now just because they're doing renovations on the stadium? Like, there's not another stadium somewhere in Tallahassee where you can play a spring game?
I don't know. I think it got damaged in that storm, the hurricane.
Okay, well, that's fine, but is there not another stadium capable of them playing a spring game?
I don't know. I get their circus tent blew over. They can't play it inside the circus tent because it got damaged too.
Okay, so the better team in Tallahassee, Florida A&M, is right across town.
Speaking of crying and being in the ACC, holy shit! Did you see what this dumbass Jim Phillips is talking about doing?
What does he want?
Oh my God, he's got it. He has a new idea on how to change the ACC championship game.
Okay.
Listen to this.
I didn't know it needed to be changed.
It didn't. But this is the dumbest idea ever. The team with the winningest record, the number 1 seed in the ACC, gets a bye, and then 2 and 3 play each other, and the winner of that plays the team with the bye. He wants to create an ACC playoff before the playoff.
That's stupid.
Oh, God.
That's what everybody knows.
For what?
I don't know, man.
To make sure we only get 1 team in.
I mean, what?
That's about what that sounds like.
That guy's an idiot.
I mean, the ACC can get 2 teams in every year. That can and I think should happen. Not like that.
Well, you can make an argument they should have had 3 this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on all these experts out there saying that the Big Ten has surpassed the SEC and claims the best conference?
Well, they've won 2 years in a row.
It's a fun narrative. It's not true.
I mean, I think that changes year to year. I mean, we've talked about it on here. You had that 3-year span from 16 to 18 where the ACC was clearly the best conference in college football.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a problem if they've won 2 in a row. I don't have a problem with them saying it. 2 different teams, 2 years in a row.
They did do that.
So whatever.
Well, here's my thing. Like, people act like it's not a fluid situation that changes not only in the short term, but the long term. Like, you go back from the early 2000s through you'd have to go back to the 70s. I mean, that was really dominated, if you want to be honest, by the Big Eight.
Yeah, the Big Eight was the best for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean they'll win it next year.
In the Big East.
But they did this year.
Run with Miami, Virginia Tech, and Syracuse.
This year, I think there's not even really an argument. They had 3 of the top 5 teams in the country between Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. So.
Yep. And
I mean,
they had 2 in the Final Four, and then the national champion.
Well, and if you want to look at what, in my opinion, what the real problem is, look at all these early top 25 polls for next year. Why the fuck is Florida a top 25 team? Why the fuck is Ole Miss a top 25 team?
I saw Florida in one poll as a top 5 team.
What?
See, that's what I mean, man. Like, you do dumb shit. Like, I saw one that had Miami top 3, and I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is silly.
Yeah,
like,
people
I
just
love Miami to death, but I wouldn't put them number 3 in my top 25 poll if I were making one.
Who's the quarterback going to be?
Carson Beck.
Oh, yeah, shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, if he's able to throw the ball.
Yeah, well, which according to Mario, well, we both got corrected on this, Pete. It was not Tommy John surgery that he had.
Yeah, something similar though.
Yeah, well, it basically was the other ligament in the elbow, which apparently heals faster. And according to Mario, he's already ahead of schedule anyway.
All right. Well, I mean, I hope he does play. I'm just saying.
I don't think that's even the question. Now, whether or not how much participation he has in spring, I think is the question.
Well, he's grabbing his girlfriend's titty on social media, so that arm must be better.
His hands work.
Yeah,
this article says
strength thing, you know.
Here's a stupid article from Nebraska on SI that says ESPN snubbed Nebraska in the rankings, and they're way too early.
Yeah,
I think it's way too early.
They got snubbed. They got poor old Nebraska getting robbed.
Now, you know what I love, though, and I'm not making fun of Georgia fans for this, but just because this pertains, they're the latest ones to do this. Everybody's done it. But all you hear now out of Georgia fans, now that Carson Beck is transferred, he was a problem in the locker room. He needed to go anyway.
Yeah. Problem in the locker room.
Not a peep of that before he left.
No,
not even the slightest inkling.
I would have never said that. I mean, I think we lost because we lost Carson Beck. That's the reason we didn't go any further.
That's just people making shit up.
Now, listen, I've heard the same shit out of Miami fans too. So, like I said, I'm not picking on Georgia fans. They're just the latest ones to do this.
Hey, Ballard, where's Clemson ranked in that ranking?
Let's see. We got Clemson at 7.
All right, I'll take that.
So here's your top 10, actually. Here's your top 10. Ohio State at 1, Texas 2, Penn State 3, Notre Dame, Georgia, Oregon. I mentioned Clemson at 7. Then to round out the top 10, LSU, BYU, and South Carolina.
I don't know if
Carolina's top 10.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I don't know if you saw this, Volusia. Clemson opened up as a 2.5-point favorite in Vegas against LSU to start the year out.
Nice. Yeah, sure. We're at home.
I think Notre Dame's a 2.5-point favorite over us.
Yeah. Both of those things sound right, I guess. I don't know.
They got Miami all the way at 23. They got Florida ahead of them.
I have no idea.
I mean, listen, there's 1,000 different way too early top 25s out there already, so whatever.
Well, I'm reading from ESPN. I'm not even reading like some.
That's not the AP poll. That's just ESPN's poll, right?
Yeah. Right. Well, let's stop acting like ESPN's a valid source.
Well, that sounds like a final poll from after all the championship, and what it sounds like to me.
I mean,
is that what that is?
It says it's way too early.
Oh,
really? Well, it sounds like they lined them up from how the games are played.
Well, if you're talking way too early, then yes, I would have Miami higher than 23. I wouldn't have them top 3, like I said, like I saw in 1, but I wouldn't have them 23 either.
They should definitely be in the top 20. Yeah, I would think.
I think somewhere, I wouldn't be mad anywhere from 11 to 15 or 11 to 16. I really wouldn't be mad anywhere in there.
Yeah, polls in January are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Absolutely.
still.
I won't put out a top 25 maybe until early August.
I mean, you got to
And
see.
that's the only
Now, I saw the final AP ranking, and I don't remember. I saw it on Twitter, and I just glanced at it and kept scrolling. I know Miami was at like 18, I think. 17 or 18.
There's still going to be more moves made in the portal. Players get hurt in the spring, so.
Right.
all the official.
And that's why I wouldn't have Miami at 23, because, I mean, they made a bunch of great portal moves even beyond Carson Beck. So
We're at 18. We got put at 17 above Miami.
Hey, Ballard, pull up the Heisman odds. Those came out already, too. You see those?
Oh, no.
I think Klubnik was second or third.
Okay.
It was
Odds for 25.
the top 2 were Arch Manning and I think Smith from Ohio State.
why would you have
Well,
Arch up
here's
there? I mean, I
here's
realize
outside.
Arch took a handful of snaps, but we really don't have no clue what we're going to get out of Arch yet.
No.
Gunnar Stockton's listed.
What's the list?
Okay, so this is from SI, and the odds start with Nussmeier of LSU at 850, Arch Manning at 850, Cade Klubnik 1200, Drew Aller 1200, Nico, Jeremiah Smith both at 1200, Lenora Sellers 1800, Julian Sayin at 1800, Carson Beck 2000, along with Dante Moore, John Mateer, DJ Lagway, Kevin Jennings, Miller Moss, and Gunnar Stockton at the bottom.
All right, so Klubnik plus 1,200.
That's a ridiculous fucking list.
Volusia, let's put
It's
1,000 on
a
Klubnik.
ridiculous list.
Say again.
Let's put 1,000 on Klubnik and get rich.
Let's
Fucking
do it.
A. Shit, I might.
Plus 1,200.
I mean, because that list is fucking, like, Arch and Nico are both above Cade. Like,
Yeah, that's
one's a complete unknown, and the
Oh,
other
no,
one
no,
is.
no. Hold on. Nico's fifth, Cade is third.
Okay, my bad.
Well, Cade's
They-
tied for second.
Listen, they shouldn't be that close to each other. Tennessee is going to be a worse football team this year.
Nussmeier and Manning have the same odds, tied for first. Klubnik and Aller are tied for second.
Nussmeier. What the fuck about Nussmeier makes you think?
I mean, he's a good player, but he plays for LSU. That's his
Nuss
problem.
bus. You can't pass up the Nuss bus, right, LSU?
Well, I think having Arch tied for first is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, of course it is.
And listen, I'm not shitting on Nico to say he shouldn't be in the top 5, but unfortunately, he's good. I have no worries about him. It's the rest of Tennessee's team around him that I think is going to be the problem.
Is he good, though? I mean, he didn't play good. I mean, he might be, but didn't play well this year.
Well, I'll put it like this. I think his potential is what Tennessee fans thought it is.
Yeah.
I have my questions of whether or not he's ever going to reach that potential at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Somebody at the top of the show
Their
said,
wide receiver core, both their lines of scrimmage are going to be worse this year.
somebody said at the top of the show, the over-under for win total for Georgia next year is 7.5. Did you hear that, Scott?
No, I am
I'm
not.
going to put a bet on Georgia, futures bet on Georgia on the over and get rich.
Yeah, no shit. That seems really low.
That does seem low.
You know, Georgia's, they almost have the same schedule as they had this year. They're going to play Alabama again. I guess Alabama's going to be our regular contender.
Well, I think your schedule should be a little easier this year. You play all the same SEC teams you played last year. It's just you, instead of playing away or home, you play the other way around.
Right.
So
We're playing Alabama at home.
Yeah, you
We're
get
playing
Alabama at
Texas
home. You don't have to play Clemson. You got to play like Marshall or something.
Marshall, Austin P. I mean, it's the Powder Puff games at the beginning.
I'd be shocked if they didn't win at least 9
Is there a
games.
big non-conference game? Other than, I guess, Georgia Tech?
No, there's not. There's Charlotte. No, there's
Alabama.
not. No, we playing, but yeah, Alabama, Kentucky. Got to play at Auburn, Ole Miss, playing Florida, of course, Mississippi State, Texas, Charlotte, and then Georgia Tech.
Alabama's got it brutal.
You wouldn't think the fans would want to see the entire exact same schedule again.
Hey, and
everybody's been griping about that. I'll give them credit.
Absolutely, I agree.
Like, wouldn't you rather play? I mean, I know with the ACC's not doing that, so we have some of the same teams, but some different. Like, we have SMU and North Carolina and some other teams we didn't play this year.
Well, shit, I'd love to see Georgia play South Carolina again. I'd love to see Georgia play Missouri again,
or play fucking Oklahoma, or
yes, right, yeah.
Dude, we've got Notre Dame and Florida in the first 4 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
At least, yeah. You're scheduling people. That's admirable.
We got Notre Dame as the season opener, and then our cupcake, and then South Florida, and then Florida.
Alabama opens with Florida State and Doak Campbell, ULM, Wisconsin, bye week, Georgia on the road, by the way. Vandy, Missouri on the road, Tennessee at home, South Carolina on the road, bye week, LSU, Oklahoma, East Illinois, all at home, and then Auburn on the road.
Yeah, they got to play Georgia and South Carolina on the road. Yeah.
I mean, they're not going on the road.
We got
East Illinois. No shit.
We got lucky. Like, I think our first 4 weeks are all at home because Notre Dame's at home, and then of course we played at South Florida and at Florida this year, so we have both of those at home.
I would love to sit here and say that we could just walk into Doak Campbell next season, like week 1, but I have no idea what Mike Norvell's going to do.
You should not be worried about that game.
Well, actually, you should, because ain't nobody afraid of what's his name, Bart Simpson?
Bart Simpson, yeah.
Ty Simpson, thank you.
Whatever. Ain't nobody worried about that loser. I mean, he couldn't take the job away from Jalen Milroe.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you really need to say.
So, Scott, are you stuck in the snow?
Well, I've got probably the same amount of snow as you did.
Yeah.
About 3 to 5 inches or something like that.
Yeah, we got like 5 or 6 here.
The roads look icy. I mean, the sun's out. I've got enough food and all that. I don't need to go out. I'm just going to wait till it, kind of burns off or goes away.
Yeah.
So no, I got out like 8:30 last night, and just to check on it, and that's when it started, and then woke up at midnight and looked outside and went, wow, okay, it's coming down.
Yeah, it was coming down good.
Yeah, man. No, I have no reason to get out there and that shit, because you know it, and I know it, that people in the South cannot drive worth a damn in the snow.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take that chance. Someone plowing into me.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about it earlier, Scott. Snow isn't the problem. Snow is easy enough to drive.
Yeah, the ice.
It's no worse than rain.
Yeah, I know. It is. It's I'm concerned about black ice. I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
Years ago, when I sold for a hockey team, the Amarillo Rattlers hockey team, and I had sold an appearance with 2 of the hockey players. They're from Canada, hey, and it was sleeting, and there was black ice on the road. So I slip and damn slide to get to the bar, and those bastards don't show up. So I'm just pissed, Monday. So I go in and go, guys, why didn't you show up? Well, it was black ice, we're not going to drive on black ice. I thought, well, you smart damn Canadians, you.
Yeah, right. You're like,
right. Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. You should be driving on black ice.
Well, and by the way, call them Canadians for as long as you can, because as we all know, that's fixing to become part of America. We're taking over.
You should have heard me trying to explain black ice to my 9-year-old. He was like,
He's already called it the Gulf of America. He's already changed that.
He's like, the ice isn't black.
So is Ron DeSantis.
The road is.
I loved all the pomp and circumstances of the inauguration. A little too much in certain times, but it was enjoyable to watch. I do know this. I didn't expect him to really go, because I kept saying, you know what I wish he would do is get up and kick Joe Biden's ass all the way out of the rotunda. Well, he did that in the speech. he just kicked Joe Biden's ass up and
leave
down.
Grandpa alone. Jesus.
Well, you know he's relieved to get out of there.
I think he'll be dead within a year.
Biden's like, thank God I don't have to do this anymore.
Well, and I actually saw an interview, and this was probably from 6 or 8 months ago with Speaker of the House. And like that motherfucker was legit signing things he had no clue what he was signing.
Yeah.
Like that just kind of reaffirms at least my line of thinking on it. Like this old man has no clue what he's doing.
Did you ever?
He's not with us.
You see the video that one time where he's like, I don't even know what this is, and they said, don't worry about it, just sign it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It was it shut down a natural gas project, and he thought that it was something about research on a natural gas project.
Oh. Well, he's somewhere eating ice cream right now. He's fine.
Yeah, with his family.
He's got his pudding in his Matlock reruns.
Pause for 3 seconds.
Yeah. Pardon all his family. Pardon the crime syndicate of the Biden family, so that's good for him.
I mean, at the very least, optically, that's not a good look. I mean, if you've done nothing wrong, why do you have to hand out literally 8,000 pardons?
Well, first of all, how do you pardon somebody who hasn't been charged with a crime yet?
Right.
I've never
wondered that myself.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, they say you can do that.
No.
It's against the law. So I don't know if that would stand or not. I don't know if Trump's ever going to.
Listen, nothing's gonna. It's no different than fucking Hillary. They literally had Hillary dead to rights. Could have threw her in jail. They didn't. Why? Because none of these people ever get thrown in jail. It's not gonna happen.
Right. You're right. I'm with you there.
I mean, fuck. They had Nixon dead, and this isn't something new. They had Nixon dead to rights 50 years ago, and they just let him go away.
Yeah.
Well, Ford pardoned him.
Did Ford pardon him? I don't remember.
Ford did pardon him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, my bad.
Pardon me.
I beg your pardon. I didn't promise you a rose garden. Oh my God.
Now there was an interesting legal take though like I said, they're not going to do this, but if they subpoena Hunter to try and go after Joe, because Hunter has been pardoned, he can't plead the fifth because he's not incriminating himself.
Yeah.
Right. Neither can Fauci. Fauci could be called up, and he can't plead the fifth on anything.
Yeah, which means if you lie, you can get...
That one made me raise my eyebrows a little bit. Like, what does he need to be pardoned for, huh?
Well,
he pardoned him all the way back to 2014, which meant that was, could he have been part of the
what the fuck's he been doing since 2014 then? Please do explain.
That he was working on the Wuhan virus with China. That he was doing the what do they call it?
The gain of function research.
Gain of function.
Well, that's not
research.
illegal though.
Well, the gain of function research caused all this shit.
I thought somebody eating bat soup caused all this.
Or bat shit, one or the other.
Bat soup.
I mean, whatever it was, fuck. I mean, hell, at one point I heard it was the U.S. Army's fault. I don't remember.
Well, now I'm
threw them
hearing
under
that.
the bus.
Well, now I'm hearing that the whole idea that monkey AIDS came from monkeys, that's a lie too.
Of course, it's a lie.
Well, Fauci actually never went back and admitted he was wrong, because he was one of the big proponents of AIDS being airborne.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if
I can kind of give him a pass on that, because I mean they really didn't know.
Right. I wonder if he was the one that was telling people to take AZT, which was just pure fucking poison.
He was.
Yeah.
Was he?
That's what that movie Dallas Buyers Club is about him.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, killed a lot of people.
Yep. I mean, that was it was just pure poison. It was putting in your system. Nothing.
I mean, listen, I have a distrust of doctors anyway. Just because, and I don't know what it is. Maybe they think they're so smart that the obvious just escapes them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, fucking doctors get shit wrong all the time. I mean, I ain't going to take somebody's lunch money over that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Especially when you're talking about new things like HIV and AIDS wasn't around before what, the late 70s, early 80s?
Late 70s, yep. Oh. Changing gears here. Anybody watched anything good on TV? Because I will tell you one thing I've watched, and I would highly recommend, and that is American Primeval.
Oh, I watched that movie that you told me to watch, Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
And Taylor Sheridan, I just started watching the second season of Lioness, and I'm going, holy shit, this is really, really good.
Oh, is it?
And hits home too. Yeah. I don't know how he gets all the information on but kind of behind the scenes of government and all that, because it really is all about clandestine operations with the CIA and all that, and so well done, really well done. And this is about the Mexican border.
Well, I mean, that information's not hard to get. I mean, Sean Ryan used to work for the CIA, and he's got the second or third biggest podcast on the planet.
Right. Yeah, it's just that they are. I'll give you the premise. I don't want to give it away, but the premise is that they kidnapped a congresswoman. They did it, and they got them back with a what do they call it, a QRF team, and they got her back within 24 hours, and they believe that was just a probe that the Chinese were doing to see how the Americans would react. So they're trying to get to the Chinese in Mexico and get to the ministry of the Chinese with this operation they're doing now. Really, just extremely well done.
Sounds like a good excuse to invade Mexico after we get done with Canada.
Well, hey, what was one of the executive actions is that he's saying that all cartels are now considered a foreign terrorist group.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that where he signed that executive order. Yeah. I actually I think universally that could probably be looked at as a good way of dealing with it.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea to deal with it. I mean, it's Sicario, which another thing that Taylor Sheridan was a part of writing.
That's a good movie.
A great movie. Also deals with that shit. I mean, deals with that they finally said, you know what, let's go after these fuckers.
Well, it gives him authorization to use military force against the cartels inside of Mexico. I think that's the reason he did it.
Yeah, but. The show, I will tell you, though, American Primeval, it's a limited series, about six shows. Oh, my God. Talk about, not for the squeamish, it's very violent. It's all about the frontier in 1857 Utah Territory. Doesn't paint Brigham Young in a good light at all, but extremely well done. And Peter Berg directs it.
Yeah, it paints Brigham Young as a psychopath, which is what he was. So, yeah.
Yeah, Brigham Young was. I mean, he had his own damn militia.
He thought he was the second coming of Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the biggest cult leader. The biggest
years.
cult leader of, I guess we'd say, modern times or semi-modern times.
Did you ever see the old show Deadwood?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
That was good.
That was good. I like that shit. That was great.
I want to go there. The actual Deadwood.
Yeah, I'd like to go
South
see
Dakota,
Deadwood myself too, Pete. It's the cussing in that was just wonderful.
Deadwood now.
Really good. Yeah.
There's a bunch of casinos there in Deadwood.
It's South Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, South Dakota.
It's like 30 minutes from Mount
Apparently,
Rushmore.
Apparently, the saloon is still standing where Wild Bill Hickok was assassinated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history in that little town.
My father-in-law went there for like 2 weeks a couple years ago. Stayed there. He loved it.
I think that'd be cool. Definitely go in the summer. I ain't going to South Dakota in the winter.
Yeah, fuck all that. But it's only like 30 minutes away from the Mount Rushmore, so if you stay in Deadwood, you can take a tour or whatever, or drive, I guess.
Okay.
That's
Mount
something
Rushmore.
I'd like to see. Like even if you think everybody up there is an asshole, and there's people in this country that do, just the fact that they could carve that in the side of a mountain is fucking impressive.
They didn't even carve it. They used dynamite to do that,
Yeah.
which is even more.
They used dynamite to carve out Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they took out bigger chunks.
I mean, that was like 90% of it. I think they might have done a little bit of carving for the details, but
well, I'm about to say you would have to hand carve in all the details. Yeah.
That's pretty damn impressive.
Is Mount Rushmore on one of the wonders of the world? Because it should be.
No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It should be. Like I said, I mean, even if you don't like them, I mean, the fact that you can do that on the side of a mountain is fucking impressive.
Yep.
100 years ago at that.
The Hoover Dam's pretty impressive too.
That is.
If you've never been there.
I completely agree. I'd like to go on a dam tour.
I went a couple of years ago. It was pretty cool.
You've been to the Grand Canyon too, Pete, right?
Yeah, we went to the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon in the same day. It's on the way.
Grand Canyon's majestic as hell, isn't it? I mean, it's just breathtaking.
it is. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching this thing, this documentary on YouTube. They're actually, that you had, what was it, the seven wonders of the ancient world. There are plans to rebuild a lot of them.
Like what?
Well, in Greek, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world was like this 200-foot tall bronze statue of Apollo. Apparently, they're going to rebuild it. There's plans to rebuild the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Oh,
Really? Wow. Would you hear the whole thing about AI yesterday, right? A $500 billion investment into AI with a company called Stargate.
no, that sounds terrible though.
Yeah, it does sound like a terrible idea.
Supposedly, it's going to help in medicine and possibly cures for cancer and all that. I mean, it's
good.
and
It's
the
going to cure the
money.
virus known as mankind.
Yeah, right. Yes, yes.
And the money's was invested. It's not, it's not like, the U.S. is putting out and doling out any money. It's an investment. But it's supposed to be like
Trump
shit.
say we're going to Mars. Trump says we're going to Mars.
Yes, sir. Damn right we are. We're going tomorrow. As soon as he cleans up the Ukrainian war, we'll be on Mars by Friday.
I volunteer to go to Mars.
I mean, listen, I don't think it's a terrible idea because let's be honest, what has NASA done in the last 50 years?
I'd love to see NASA get back out there.
NASA's still not doing anything.
And the James Webb Space Telescope is pretty sick.
I mean, okay, but I'm like, they really haven't pushed the frontier since going to the moon, is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who makes electric cars makes better rockets than NASA does.
Yeah, go figure.
Well, it's amazing now that they can launch a rocket and they can have a portion of the rocket return safely back to Earth.
Yeah, reusable.
And land back on the platform. Like, that
Right.
shit's wicked to see.
That to me is just like, that's fascinating to me. That's amazing.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Oh,
How you doing?
it's Vic. How you doing,
Yep.
Vic?
It's
You
Vic.
sound like you just woke up, Vic.
No,
He was out playing in the snow all night. He's tired.
yeah.
I get it. Now, unfortunately, Vic, to continue on the conversation we were having, I don't know if the trip to Mars is handicap accessible.
Aw. Yeah, I want to go to Mars. Yeah.
Well, not yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Plus,
no,
you know,
yeah,
you
not
can-
yet. Yeah.
You can
They'll
float
fix that
around
by
in
next
space
week.
same
They'll
way
have
we
that
can.
fixed by next week. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can float around in space same way we can. You're just the same as us out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
All right,
how are
guys,
they going
I
to
gotta
get
go
his
to bed. It's 1
wheelchair up
o'clock.
there?
I gotta go to bed. It's 1 o'clock. I can't stay for the end of the show tonight. I got shit to do in the morning. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
I'll try to join you next
All right, Volusia.
See you later, buddy.
boys. See ya.
Where's Volusia been hiding? He's been gone, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He got a furlough from the gulag.
Yeah.
he got out on good behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, my, wow. Okay.
They finally figured out the balding hippie was not a spy.
the balding hippie. Okay, that's good.
I'm sorry, that was mean. I should have said that while he was still here. I'm going to write that down. Make sure I say that when he's here next time.
That's a good name, the balding hippie.
Balding hippie.
Yeah, that's right.
Sounds like a brand of gummies.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I leave to go to Vegas in 2 days or 3 days.
No kidding. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
So
How
so
did
now
the
you're
wife
gonna-
like her
so-
trip?
Wait a minute. Are you going to? Does that mean that this is going to be the next super spreader event since you've had the flu running through your house?
It's gone now. It started with my youngest last week, then my oldest, then me. Mrs. Peete never got sick. Well, she was in Vegas when it started, so maybe that's why. But yeah,
Good timing.
yeah, it was no fun. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've had it, but God, it sucked.
The school nurse told me that half of his class was out with it. So
Damn.
yeah,
Oh yeah, man, kids are germ factories.
yeah.
I have been more sick, gotten sick more times since I've had kids than in the entire decade beforehand.
Well, it put me down for about 3 days. I'm still not back to normal yet, but I'm not laid up.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to do the show today because you didn't stream the game. I was like, well, fuck, he must be down bad.
Yeah, I couldn't even talk, let alone stream.
Oof.
Yeah. What is normal? That's a good question. I'm never normal. You're right about that. Normal by my own standards. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, it's normal for you.
Normal for me.
We're grading on a bell curve here.
Yeah, big time bell curve. But because I was sick, I'm 3 days behind on all the shit I have to get done before I go out of town. Now now I can't leave my house because there's fucking ice on the roads. So that doesn't help.
That's the only thing I've got to worry about because I've seen, bad snow and ice around here at the beginning of March, and I hope it doesn't fuck with my flight plans.
Yeah, hopefully it won't.
You should be all right in March.
Listen, I've seen 6 inches of snow on the ground here in March, and I've seen it 75 and sunny here in March.
Yeah.
So, I mean, flip a coin.
Vegas will be a super spreader. Well, those planes are super spreaders. Flying germ tube. What they are.
They are.
I'm just glad I got sick before the trip instead of during it. You know,
Since I don't make a habit of flying on a regular basis, I got to find out what I am and then not allowed to pack in my luggage. I don't want to get to Orlando and find out I don't have any luggage.
there's a list right on TSA's website about what you can take and what you can't take.
Okay, that'll work.
If you're thinking about taking a firearm, you can take that in your carry-on, on your checked luggage, as long as you let them know you have it and they inspect it. But I don't.
Yeah, but you have to have TSA approved case, TSA approved locks, and they keep changing them.
And you can't take it on the ship anyway. So.
Well, I wasn't planning on bringing one.
Right.
Hey guys, I got to run too. Everyone, have a good trip there, Pete.
All right. Thank you. See you later, Scott.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
bye.
Bye.
It looks like it's going to be cold in Vegas too. Well, not like 20 degrees or anything, but 30 at night and 50 during the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it got cold at night in the desert, but I thought like year round it was, fucking warm.
No.
I mean, 50 in the desert doesn't feel that cold because it's dry.
Right. It's a dry cold.
It's a dry cold. Unlike here. It'll be hot on the tables, yes. The tables will be hot.
Yeah, especially that 3-card poker.
I'm going to play some Ultimate Texas Hold'em this time, I think.
Oh, you're going to go in the poker room, huh?
No, they have the tables out there on the floor.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. I'm going to try to find another way to lose my money. Yeah. But last year, Sir UJ was sitting at a table, I think, and this woman hit the jackpot progressive on Texas Hold'em, and she won like 350 grand or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jackpot progressive. What's that?
Like whenever you're betting on a table game, a lot of those table games have like an extra bet you can make.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit it, then there's like a chart that tells you how much you won. It's like, I don't know. I don't know the math behind it, but
Okay.
she won the biggest prize you could win
So,
on that one hand.
wow.
350 grand. And they said she didn't even react. Like, everyone was cheering and jumping up and down, and she just kind of sat there and looked around like she didn't know what was going on.
Well, a lot of old folks don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know how old she was, but
I guess the surprise, winning. Sometimes the shock of winning, just.
if I won 350 grand, it would look like that movie, The Hangover. I'd have the penthouse suite, fucking live band, open bar, come back broke.
Yeah, he'd invite Mike Tyson and his
Yeah,
tiger.
Mike Tyson.
Well, I don't know. Would you invite Mike's tiger too, or would you tell him no, he's got to keep the tiger at home?
No, he could bring the tiger. Fuck it.
They stole the tiger, but yeah.
Well, and actually, I don't think Mike owns that house in Vegas anymore. I think 50 Cent bought it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so y'all gonna have to invite 50 Cent instead.
Well, he can buy it back from 50 Cent after that bullshit fight he just had.
Yeah, right.
Can afford it now. Pete stealing a police car? No. No, that will not happen, no matter how much I win.
Are you gonna lock a Korean guy in the trunk of the police car?
Yes, we just need a Korean guy. I can find a Chinese person. There's about half of Vegas is Chinese people.
Is it?
Yes. You think I'm kidding? I'm not even joking. The tourist, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now it's the Chinese. January is the Chinese New Year. So they have in the casinos, they have all this Chinese New Year shit up everywhere. So the Chinese people come to Vegas during Chinese New Year.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they can feel at home, I guess.
I guess.
The year of the snake.
You'd think they'd feel more at home, but whatever.
So they must have a lot. If the year of the snake, they must have a lot of snake stuff everywhere. You know what this week is in Vegas, Slim? Right now, yeah, it's going on right now.
Yeah. Ever since I found out it wasn't open to the public, I was kind of like, fuck them.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That perturbs me.
Yeah, talking about the shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were there during it last year, and then, half of our hotel was SHOT Show people.
Yep.
I think y'all probably could have got in because they do invite like YouTubers to come.
Yeah, you still have to register and you have to get like approved and still get a pass. I mean, I guess I could have probably did it if I really wanted to, but
yeah, you should get a pass for your second channel. Like, I'm an up and comer.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can get invited by somebody who's going, like they have a +1 or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know anybody.
Listen, you ought to email the people at Canic. They should invite you at this point.
They should. You're right. I've sold several Canics.
Yeah.
I'm a certified dealer at this point.
Yeah, they should be inviting you.
Well, I haven't sold them.
That on the internet, because next thing you know, you're going to get a call from the ATF.
Well, I haven't sold any of my Canics. What I'm saying is I've encouraged people to buy them on their own, like a salesman would.
Yeah, a brand rep.
Yeah, exactly. They just came out with a new gun too. It looks really cool. I saw it yesterday.
Hey, I meant to send it to you. I saw one on Twitter that Smith & Wesson just debuted that I think you would like.
I'm sure I would. Vic, did you get any snow where you are?
Yeah, we got a little bit, yeah.
You got snow tires for your hover around?
No.
You could always just put some chains on it.
Yeah, what do you do at that point, Vic? How do you? Do you have another chair to go play out in the snow in?
No, I can't go in the snow. Yeah, I said stay in the driveway, but
yeah. I'm like you, Vic. I just like to look at the snow. From inside, outside the window. And say, oh, that looks cool. That's it.
Yeah, I went outside when it snowed last time, but
yeah, my kids are way more into the snow than I am. Like we said, at least for 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes is about all they get. Well, they go out for 10 minutes, then they come in for an hour, and they go, I want to go play in the snow again. Then they're out there for 10 minutes, then come in again. That's pretty much all day long.
Well, especially the littlest one, because, she's like 3 foot tall. So when you got 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground, it's tough sledding for her to get around.
Yeah, hard to walk.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bless you.
Well, the weather forecasters here were wrong. 2 days ago, they were like, "Oh yeah, where we are, we're lucky to get a ½ inch. No big deal." Yeah, well, 6 inches later.
Wait a minute. The weather guessers guessed wrong.
They guessed wrong.
So. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, as long as it melts before I leave, which it should on Friday.
As long as the sun's out, that's helping your cause.
Yeah, it is right now. The airport was closed last night. I know that. I don't know. I guess they have equipment to salt the runways and stuff. I'm sure they do. even down here.
Well, see, the problem we have around here is a lot of times, like, it'll stay overcast for 2 weeks at a time.
I don't know, Jay. Let me look. What are you talking about?
I can't see. What is he talking about?
He said he did a grok of my posts. You know what grok is? The AI on Twitter?
I've seen it. I haven't fiddled around with it yet, so I don't really know.
So I guess he asked grok about my posts. Pigskin Pete is a passionate college football commentator with a knack for stirring debate, having hosted live shows for 6 years where anyone can call in. He's a firm believer in the integrity of the sport, criticizing the selection process when he feels teams like Florida State get unfairly excluded. His posts reveal a love for the game's drama and disdain for what he sees biased decisions in college football rankings. Pigskin Pete has been passionately defending Clemson, roasting the Penn State fans, and rooting for Notre Dame to upset Ohio State. Pigskin Pete is celebrated for their engaging content with at Craig Geo 574 praising their insights and Traveling Fools recommending them to fans for the ACC coverage. Wow.
All right.
That's what Grok got out of my post?
Wow, and Grok wrote that, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Mm.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, I guess Grok can do that.
Yeah, not just Georgia Tech.
I like how it talked about me defending Florida State. I don't trust that shit.
What, AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Terminator, neither do I.
I mean, I won't even have one of those Alexas, or what's the other one?
Oh, Siri?
No,
that's on the iPhone.
Yeah. What's the other one, Vic? You know what it is. Maybe not. Hold on. Be there in a minute. My son wants me to go make a snowman with him. Told you.
Build a snowman.
He's going to drag me out there for 10 minutes. Alexa. Did I say Alexa?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the other? There's two of them. There's Alexa and there's another one. Is that the Amazon one? I don't know. I think there's one for Apple and there's one for Amazon. Alexa, I think, is Amazon. I don't know. Either way, I don't trust them. I don't need them listening to me.
Well, they don't have to. Your phone's listening to you anyway.
Yeah, I know. I don't need more things listening to me. All right, well, I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to go build a snowman.
Sounds like a plan, boss.
Because he's not going to leave me alone until I do. So.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. All right, Vic. All right, buddy.
Well said.
All right, Slam Man.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for me as well. Enjoy your snow day if you were so lucky as to get the white stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good Wednesday.